Okay, I'm back at the Panagia Makrini um, cave church in western Samos. It's the end of this beautiful hike. And I've done this hike now. This is the second time I'm doing it because the first time I came in and foolishly somehow I didn't think to look behind the altar, behind this curtain of this cave church, which is supposedly from 13th century, up here in the middle of nowhere. Then my wife came and hiked up here, and wouldn't you know it, women are so much smarter. She looked behind the curtain and saw these amazing icons in here, and I was like, what icons? I didn't even think to look back there. Of course, she was smarter than me, so now I've had to do this hike twice to come back because I just had to see this. And I've come back, I've taken the curtain down. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. I'm going to replace it, of course, when I leave. And I've moved a whole bunch of candles in here because I want everyone to see this. This is pretty amazing. You have these icons that are kind of a bit faded away, but they're still pretty impressive, especially considering they're somewhere between 500 and 800 years old. And they're in this cave church, sort of in the middle of nowhere here, which requires a big hike or a very long hike, or a drive up a really rutted, rocky track for about 5. You could drive up this track for about 5 kilometers, or you could hike the whole thing. If you drive the 5 kilometers, make sure you have a good car, 4-wheel drive, not a little Hyundai like I have. My Hyundai doesn't really take this road very well at all. Let's put the candle around here a little bit so you can see these a little bit better. What an amazing place, though, and it's a beautiful hike. It's very steep and a bit strenuous, but you just won't believe when you get to the top of this thing that someone decided to build a church in this cave way up here in the middle of nowhere, where there's quite a few remote churches in Samos. When I came up here the first time a few days ago, I hadn't realized that yet until I went to Evangelistria and a couple of other ones. That these churches were obviously built. They were building them in remote places on purpose to guard against pirates and invading Turks and others as well. So this was a very calculated strategy to put these places of worship in the middle of nowhere. And obviously the people who built them were incredibly devoted to their faith. Because believe me, it's a lot of work just hiking up to this place, let alone coming up here and building a church in a cave. Can you imagine? Especially with weather like this. It is hot out. It's hotter today than it was the first time I hiked up here. And I was kind of in a way enjoying the hike, the exercise, and the view and everything. But on the other hand, thinking, geez, why didn't I look behind the curtain the first time I was up here so I didn't have to come twice? But there's no way I was going to miss this. After my wife discovered this, I thought, oh yeah, I want to check it out too. I don't want to let her see something that I don't get to see. And look at that. That's very interesting. Let's go out and I'll show you the view of this place too. Oops. Let's just put this right in here. Samos is an absolutely beautiful island. If you have not been here yet, absolutely do it. You start this hike from a town called Kalitea in western Samos, and you could base yourself in Campos if you're looking for a good place to stay. We stayed at the Hotel Serena, which I thought was outstanding. The sun is so bright right now, I'm afraid I won't be able to do this justice. Let's get this sun filter on here, see if this helps just a little bit. But wish I could describe the smell to you here. It's so piney. It smells absolutely fantastic. The fact that I have this whole place all to myself is pretty amazing. You can see how steep down it is down there. The view of the sea. Honestly, this is, I know people throw around the term paradise pretty loosely, but this is absolutely amazing. And you see this cave church here. It's a pretty remarkable place.